Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video about dynamic stands. When you are a Hot Toys collector, you can often encounter that type of stand. However, what you may not know is that dynamic stands can actually damage some of your figures over time. I have seen many posts on Facebook groups of people posting pictures of their figures being damaged because they used dynamic stands. Well, the instruction sheets of these figures don't mention that, so if you don't know about it, you use dynamic stands and, well, what happens, happens. So I hope this video can help collectors preventing their figures from getting damaged by dynamic stands. You have some possibilities to that issue, so let's dive into that. If you are displaying your figures in a rather neutral pose, you can easily remove the main part of a stand and just keep the pole. That way your figures won't be damaged. So why keeping the pole? Well, it prevents your figures from falling backwards, and in the case of Spider-Man, you actually need the pole if you want to display him with the drone. But you can also remove a pole if you prefer that way and just keep the display base. I have opted for that solution for several of my figures. Though if you have figures that have trouble standing on their own, even in a neutral pose, you can actually keep the main part of the stand and lower it at the level of the legs. That way it will help your figure standing but won't damage it. Indeed, at the level of the leg, it won't apply any pressure on your figure, so it can't damage it. Obviously, it doesn't look as great as if you remove the main part of the stand, like on Spider-Man, but it can still be a solution. Other possibility, if you have leftover crotch grabber stands that fits on the display bases of your dynamic stand figures, you can use them instead. I had one for the Scoot Trooper that I don't use because I display my Trooper on the speeder bike, so I use that crotch grabber for the Death Watch Mandalorian. That way I can still give the figure an action pose and not have it damaged by its stand. If you don't have leftover crotch grabber stands, you can easily find some at a decent price on eBay or on other 1/6 scale resellers. The last possibility is something I have found on Unwell Toys' YouTube channel. So thanks to him for that idea. He uses the dynamic stands, but he puts a wire inside the main part of the stand, which avoids pressure on the figure. I used his idea, but instead I'm using paper clips, which actually have the same effect as wires. So I'm going to show you how it works. You only need half a paper clip. You can actually cut it with a pair of scissors. You need to twist it a little bit like that. Then you open the stand and insert it there, like this. Then you pull down the paper clip and here it is. Let's try it on the figure. As you can see, when you use the paper clip, the stand doesn't put any pressure on the figure and there's actually a little bit of space between the figure and the stand. That way your stand won't damage your figure. Obviously this doesn't work for every figure. It only works for figures that don't have a big waist like Spider-Man, Wonder Woman or Rocket. As for diecast figures, I have never seen damage happen on these figures because of the dynamic stands. Personally, I use dynamic stands on my diecast figures and I don't have problems. That's the only figures where I would say it's safe to use dynamic stands for display. Obviously, if you want to be extra sure damage won't happen on your Diecast figures, you can still use Crotch grabber stands for the Iron Man figures and War Machine figures. Iron Man Mark 47 from Spider-Man Homecoming came with a crotch grabber stand, so these stands can definitely support Diecast figures. And for rescue, you can use the paperclip technique as she has a smaller waist than other Diecast figures. I hope that throughout this video I have helped you to decide on how to display your figures that have a dynamic stand. Thanks again for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye!